Carol gets ghosted. Wolves are at the door. And Milk does a potty good. You know, like a pod person. This is Kurt's Blurbs. What up, lunatics? Kurt Money here with my bits and blurbs about the newest episode of the Plurbs, Got Milk. Blurb number 1, Vince is listening. Remember last week when I was all like, oh, dude, please don't make us wait 7 days. Well, we didn't have to. We only had to wait 5 days because this app dropped 2 days early. Now, sure, some might say it has something to do with Thanksgiving, and others may even say it has something to do with Stranger Things. But nope, I'm not buying it.
No.
Vince Gilligan is a Mindgrace fan, and it shows. Thanks, dude. And so what was the conclusion to that? Pirate Lady had a heart attack, but she's going to survive.
She's going to be fine.
And Carol pissed off the other 12 yet again, as seen when we get a call from this lady with her usual nonsense.
You made everyone cry.
This was funny, but I'm glad it was very minimal. I mean, at this point, we know for a fact the hive mind is evil, and these other 12 are dum-dums, and that's not her kid.
You do not ever make my son cry again.
Blurb number 2. Hey, I get that, ref. The podcast this week on this episode had some great behind-the-scenes facts for us. Like, for instance, they used some shorthand to talk about what kind of shots they were getting for 2 big set pieces. Like this shot of Carol in the sun setting, they called this the Well of Souls shot, referring to this shot from Raiders. They were also talking about how buggy it is. Like, you see literal bugs in the shot, and that's because they're shooting this 200 yards away. Right? So that's 200 yards worth of sun-setting bugs in Albuquerque in midsummer. That's pretty cool. And the other movie shorthand was the I Am Cuba shot they talked about. Now, I've never seen this movie, so I'm not 100% on which shot they're referring to. But based on the trailer I watched on YouTube, it's either this shot or this shot. And because I know that I'm going to be watching that movie on Canopy while I'm editing this, I'm going to leave it to Future Kurt to tell us which one it is. Which one is it, Future Kurt? Thank you. Well, speaking of them all bailing, blurb number 3. The joint are petty as hell. At the first sign of trouble, the pod peeps straight up ghost Carol.
Anybody here?
And bail out of town. Even Pirate Lady's gone. This whole get up and go scene spooked the hell out of me. I mean, it's a pretty smart move on the pod peeps because, like, in order to avoid having to answer Carol and all her questions that they don't want to answer,
we can't answer questions like that.
There's one solution. Don't be around for Carol to ask them. Only speak through recorded voice message.
Our feelings for you haven't changed, Carol. But after everything that's happened, we just need a little space.
That's a pretty smart workaround, okay? I gotta give the pod peeps that. And it's scary. Like, what are they doing? Where'd they go? How far away are they? Now, I just, like, how's Carol gonna get updates now? Will they be coming back? I don't know. And speaking of that recorded message, blurb number 4. Howard Hamlin is a pod peep now. Yep, the voice on that recorded message.
Our feelings for you haven't changed.
Got it.
But after everything that's happened, we just need a little space.
Got it.
Is Patrick Fabian, a.k.a. Howard Hamlin from Better Call Saul.
I was hoping Jimmy would agree to serve on the board.
I'll let him know.
This was, what a cameo. And I didn't realize it till they mentioned it on the pod. And I guess like they did it and didn't tell Ray Seahorn. So it'd be a goof on set. But Ray heard it being played and then just acted through the scene because she's a pro.
So disappointing when a prank doesn't work.
Blurb number 5. Do not pet the wolf dogs. The wolves in this episode, both trying to get the trash and Helen's remains, those were real wolf dogs that had a trainer on set. And the number 1 rule was do not try and pet them, okay? Don't be rubbing them. Don't be doing any of the stuff you want to do because they're cute and whatnot. Because look, these wolf dogs were method, okay? And all their lines involved growling. So they had to wait until it was a wrap for the wolf dogs. Then they were allowed to give them treats and rubs. Which brings me to perhaps the most important blurb of the night. Blurb number 6. Carol needs a friggin' dog. Now it's confirmed. Animals cannot be pod peeps. Because look at how mad these wolves are getting stuff. They're growling at her. So this means that Carol needs a dog. Or 5. Because imagine the cuddles for the next Golden Girls binge. I need it. And I know Carol does too. Blurb number 7. R.I.P. that drone. This whole scene was so funny about how they can pick up her trash and they're like, it has to be this certain weight. And by the way, of course, another great fact from the podcast, this was a real drone picking up a real bag of trash and running into a real light pole. This, hands down, biggest guffaw of the night. There were plenty of laughs in this app, as per usual, for the plurbs.
Enjoy that opinion. Relish it.
But the way that it was struggling and waving back and forth with the trash, because we know it's more than 17.5 pounds, and then it runs into the pole and wraps around and then shatters. So good. So friggin' good. So funny. And also mad props to this show because we see the lid from the last time they brought her a meal, right? And then it's because of this lid that she discovers all the cartons of milk and stuff because she can't throw it out. So she's got to pry the top off of the recycling bin. So it's like all these bits are hilarious, but also make perfect sense for the story. Everything's connected. The Plurbs rules. Blurb number 8. Love a good Agatha Christie shout out because Helen appeared to have been reading And Then There Were None, which is funny because not a month ago, I did a marathon of all the movie versions of this. The best one being the one from the 40s. I don't think it has any super deep meaning for the story or like a hidden Easter egg or something because it's just like, I mean, that's the goal of the pod peeps. That there are 0 Carols in the world. But anyway, love this little plant. Also reminds me how much I can't wait to see Wake Up Dead Man. Side note.
Now, who wants to go first?
Blurb number 9. Carol's got a plan cooking. And it doesn't involve olive oil, but it involves a liquid that's kind of like it.
It's kind of like olive oil, but thinner. That probably means something.
All her test she does with the pH balance of this and that, how it's 7.1 and how it's kind of neutral, or loved all this stuff. Loved that she makes a video to force the pod peeps to pick up via drone and then send off to the other 12, including, of course, the one we really want to see is friggin' Manuzos. But also, when she does her first run of this and deletes it, it says execute. Like she goes, it's a Sony show, of course. So her camera doesn't say delete it or format or erase. It says execute it. That's weird as hell. It's been a while since I had like a handy cam or anything, so I don't really remember. But also, so wait, the episode title got milk. Do the pod peeps love milk?
You motherfuckers sure love your milk.
Or do they just love collecting milk cartons? Because we see later at the factory that they're putting the pod peep juice into the milk cartons. So all those empty ones around there, it's not like they drank the milk out of them. It could be that they brought their own carton of pod peep juice with them to go about doing their daily biz. So I think the answer to the question of got milk is no.
No.
Because we dumped it all out and put it in our own pod peep juice. TM.
It's this.
Also, her saying that probably means something.
That probably means something.
That's what I sound like when I'm spitting out half-cocked theories about this show, right? Just like this half-cocked theory. By the end of season 1, because we're over the hump, okay, this is episode 5 and 9, one of the 12 is going to come to their senses and be like, you were right, Carol. We got to figure a way out of this. Because Mean Lady's kid is going to say something about like how he was conceived because of the sex she had with his dad or something, and she's going to be like, oh my God, Carol was right. Or one of those 12 will suddenly become a pod peep and freak Carol out. Like imagine seeing the Playboy guy being a helper bee. Carol be all like, what the hell's going on?
Kid next door is a meatball.
Blurb number 10. Hey, how about a doorstop, Carol? I know the end ends on another friggin' cliffhanger where it's like, oh my God, what's she gasping at? We see that they're like storing food and like what's frozen underneath this plastic sheet. But genuinely, all I could think about this whole scene was, why didn't she put something to prop that door open? Because I could see that door like automatically shutting after 5 minutes to conserve the cold or something. Then all of a sudden, Carol's trapped in this freezer. Then it's the ice hotel all over again. Plus, I already know what she's looking at under those sheets. It's the green dude from the freezer in the beginning of Return of the Living Dead.
Get him off, Frank!
And finally, Kurt's Plurbs, Burbs, Blurb. One of those wolf dogs was named Ricky.
I knew Ricky.
A lot of that from people.
Excellent wolf acting.
Now, they didn't say why he was named Ricky, but I already know the answer to that, too. He's clearly named after Corey Feldman's character in The Burbs, Ricky Butler.
Yes!
Nailed it. Tidbit boat.